Guys, it's Dr. Curvy here and we're back with another video. So in today's video, this is my Arcane Part 1 review, and Part 2 comes out around November the 16th. So we'll just do this one for now, obviously. So there was 3 episodes in Part 1, and I have gameplay in the background playing as Jinx rocking the Arcane skin. Now, I know what you're thinking, why are you playing ADC right now? Since I started playing again when I bought the pass, I've always get ADC because I guess everyone wants to try Ambessa in the top lane, so this is me. So I have notes about this, the first 3 episodes, and we'll get onto it right now. Now, the first thing that I thought was gonna happen was Mel dying. Like, I thought Mel was gonna, also spoilers, obviously, it's a spoiler review, by the way. I thought Mel was gonna die, but for some reason, when her back glowed and we had to wait 3 years for the next part, I was like, this bitch is still alive. I think she's not gonna die. I feel like she has something. She has something potential. She has some potential, like Senna brings potential when she came to Lucian, right? So that was a strong start. There's also a recap of the first season. If you forgot the 3 years, I still remember the 3 years. The scene where Caitlyn's mom passed, that was kind of tragic, honestly. And it's crazy that she did that. She literally pulled something, that could happen today. Something like that can happen today. That big explosion that Jinx did at the end of this first season. But the thing I want to point out is that funeral. That funeral was really well animated, and the way the art style is shown there, it's the same art style obviously, but like the way it was looking like a painting, like art, like paint, like watercolors, like that, those types of vibes. It really shows like her grieving and her being emphasized while the others were like blurry. Kind of shows that she's trying to focus on this and she's not really seeing her entire field view. Also seeing the dad just torn down is so sad because he was like the house husband. So seeing like the head of the Kiramins being the leader and it's being passed down to her, it's kind of scary. Also, I like that motif, like I'm pretty sure if Caitlyn had a brother, I don't remember if she had a brother, Caitlyn will still be the leader even though he's the eldest. You know what I mean? This is a woman-centric thing for the Kiramins, at least. I'm not talking about like council, even though she is head of the council. But when they had that meeting with the 3 court justice people, the one with the eyeglass and the blondie. Now that blondie is suspicious, that blondie twink is suspicious to me, and the fact that he's cohorting with Ambessa makes it more suspicious to me. I even wrote down here Ambessa suspicious, but also you can see the aftermath of that town hall, whatever, the court hall. But then we go after. Then Mel was also there, by the way. So it's the 3 of them. Caitlyn's the 4th one. But yeah, Mel in that scene was so. She has something, but we still don't know what her power is. You know what I mean? Like, I honestly don't know what her power is. She has future champion potential, but she's more tilt over than Noxian. So I don't know what they're gonna do with her. But in the later episode, in the 3rd episode, she was taken by the Black Rose, so, because of what Ambessa done. Because I feel like Ambessa is doing something that's not against Noxus's, plan, and the witches are just like there to warn her, but she's drawing the line. She even killed Amara, that tragedy. Also, the emphasis, obviously Caitlyn's mom died, but she was so emphasized throughout the episode, even the first episode. Throughout all the episodes, she was mostly focused on, it's mostly Jinx, Jace, and Caitlyn. Vi's there, but I feel like her story doesn't really start until she goes emo mode, It also makes sense why Caitlyn was the star of the next Arcane Pass. Like her splash art and her skin, she has that face. Such a tragedy, and her getting that prestige, it's just like spotlight, boom, and that is her second prestige skin, by the way. Okay, I wrote down here Kate Vi scenes. Yeah, I mean, when that argument scene happened in the first episode, Kate Vi in general, they both had their parents technically taken away from them. You know,
You have
Vander
slain
with
an
Vi
enemy.
and the mother with Caitlyn. I forgot her name. But she really went through, both of them went through so much and they could relate on that level.
Enemy
But knowing
slain.
that they're from Zon and one's from Piltover, it kind of like, you kind of get, you forget that. But you know, when they're together without all of that, you kind of, it's
You
more
have
at
slain an
peace
enemy. Bottom
with
turret is under
that.
attack.
Also, I wrote something about the Haley Steinfeld girl. I miss Haley Steinfeld's music. When is she making movies? She's like a Zendaya at the moment. It's not
Enemy
shade.
turret
You know, she's
destroyed.
just acting a lot. I know she's gonna be in the, probably in the Young
Ally slain.
Avengers. But you know, we miss some music, girl. You did some droplets last year.
Enemy
You know, with
slain.
that summer
Your
vibe
team has
music,
slain the
with
dragon.
Anderson Paak and all that. But that was good.
Bottom turret
Um,
is under
but
attack.
you know, we won another hit from her.
Shut down.
So we go to the scene with the hex core, right? That hex core
Enemy
scene was wild.
slain.
I don't know what the way the hex core is now is like like a Spider-Man symbiotic symbiote. I don't know how to say it. Symbiote. Okay, SYMBIOT. And there's something about that with a
Bottom turret is
spoiler
under
for
attack.
the Jace skin that just got revealed in the PBE, where he was like bearded with longer hair. That's gonna be something with the anomaly. I guess they get trapped there, or mostly Jace. I guess Echo and Heimerdinger managed to escape. Yeah, something about
Ally
that. And apparently they're
slain.
calling it a wild rune. So
Enemy
I'm like, are you saying like
slain.
the runes,
Killing
like not runes and
spree.
masteries? I mean, maybe runes and masteries, but also runes as in rise runes. Do you need someone who's able to manipulate all of those? I'm also seeing Victor again in that purple kind of robotic tech body, kind of. I don't. That's his rework, by the way. So we're gonna see
Rampage.
that rework very
You
soon.
have been
And also
slain.
his powers makes confusing sense when we see in episode 3
Enemy turret destroyed.
about him turning like those people
Enemy
affected by
slain. Unstoppable.
chem, that chem, they can turn into humans and even have some of the
Shut down.
metal on them. Like they look like half robot, half human, but they're mostly human. They just have some aesthetics of a
Ally
robot. If you
slain.
see the guy from the first season who was affected by that chem, like that drug, and then he looks so different from what he is when he got transformed by Victor. So that's pretty nice. Oh, ooh, that Caitlyn and Jace scene, that was really good in the first episode. Because considering the first episode was mostly pill to overfocus, I like that scene where Kate and Jace were having a moment because they haven't seen each other since, you know, the explosion, because Kate was with Vi at the finale. The way Vi talks about, I mean, Kate talks about
Ally
Vi and then
slain.
Jinx, the way the wind blew, that was such a
Enemy
good
turret
detail that I'm pretty
destroyed.
sure people noticed. You know, my analysis, my
Enemy
analytic
slain.
ass was already
Enemy
like
killing
reading through
spree.
that. I was like, that was really nice. I wasn't out of that part, and I even said good writing. But yeah, the entire setting of Piltover they showed was so Bioshock Infinite to me. And then the attack by the invasion by Zon hit, and you can tell that lady with the tubes on her nose. There was a scene in the next episode where she met with Ambessa. So that means they were cohorts, and she was the one who advised to invade Zon, but she was one who was killed by um she was the one who was killed by Ambessa. So you can tell there's something wrong with this Ambessa girl. I don't know what she wants. Girl, are you trying to pull a Darius and do war? Girl, the next thing you know, what if Aurelia comes in and like surprise? You know, dashes versus
You have
dashes.
slain an
But yeah, that was
enemy.
mostly the focus on episode 1, and then episode 2 was mostly about Jinx
Enemy
and how she's
turret
coping with
destroyed.
this. She's still mentally deranged from what happened,
Enemy
but
slain.
she's being like she's easily manipulated by Silco, and everyone's guessing, oh, Silco was a father figure to blah blah blah. Do you know what he did, right? And Jinx took out most of the chem barons, or mainly Vi and Kate as well, Piltover. There was only like what 2 or 3 left, and then the later episode that little rat died. So that's only like what 2. I think
Enemy
majority of them got
slain.
arrested. So it's like even that the Mara Junot character Evelyn's voice actress, the blonde one.
Shut down.
I mean, Evelyn's voice
Ally
actor was there
slain.
as well. So I think it's only just Jinx and Sevica, and I think they're gonna do something with attacking Zon. Um, I think I lost my train of thought. But yeah, so Sevica is pretty strong because she got a new arm
Ally
from Jinx.
slain.
And then what else that happened? And then we saw this little girl wearing a Timo hat. And that was a Timo reference. I'm like, what is that? And people who don't know League, I'm like, what is that? I'm like, well, it was obvious. But yeah, there was that kid, and I feel like that's symbolizing something. I feel like that's symbolizing
Your team
Powder.
has slain the dragon.
And then now Jinx has to be a mentor for this little girl, like how Vi was to her. So it was kind of like thing there. But the highlight out of all the episodes so far was that Black Rose scene with Ambessa. That was a really good one because it really shows. When I saw that flower, I was like, "This is a Black Rose." I saw it was like I literally said Black Rose, and it showed. So there's gonna be something happening there. That's another side story. It's literally politics over politics over politics over politics, which is ironic that it came out during election time.
You have
So
slain an
let's talk about the
enemy.
fight scene
Double
since there's
kill.
only like a few minutes left for this. But yeah, overall episodes 1, 2, 3 were really, really good. They really like tried to fit in what they can and hopefully able to answer all of these things out. Also, the Piltover officers, Maddie and the little green, the little nerdy cutie one, they're cute. They're gonna be in TFT. Also Scar, who is from the Fireflies, he looks good too. I ship him with the police. That police guy. Can you imagine? So we're gonna do the fight scene between the 4 girls. That was good. That was giving Charlie's Angels fight scene to me, and I really like that. Caitlyn versus a Baron laner, and a jungler versus an ADC. Even Jinx is very. She she really learned from Vi because she could still go melee mode, you know, when she needs to. And and Vi seems to be holding back from Jinx, but she knows she can whoop her ass in a minute. And then at the end of that fight scene, you know, the kid was trying to block her, and then, you know, Caitlyn said, "I have the shot." You know, Katie Leung, that actress from, I knew her from Harry Potter, but she did really good. She really shows her grief. In that scene, she was really like, she was getting a little crazy. But yeah, that was a good scene. I love that there was something weird with Anomaly when they touched the Anomaly. Anything Hex Tech with that rune gets affected, and Victor was right. Victor was right. He wasn't listening. Jace wasn't listening. Because it was like triggering all their weapons and stuff. Even it can get connected with other people who don't have it. It's kind of like a virus now, like you know, COVID. But yeah, that fight scene was crazy, and I'm glad that Caitlyn was able to hold her own, even though Sevica got a new arm, which means Caitlyn has plot armor. That girl has plot armor to the nines, and but that girl was pissed. Caitlyn was mad as hell. She was really the death of her mother really triggered something in her. She's so aggressive, especially that scene when they were all like suited up. She's like, "I'm ready," like all the 5 of them. Also, there was this guy, the bear one. There were 5 of them in that group, right? The Piltover group. I'm really curious what his motive is, because when Vi was talking to Maddie, is that her name? His eyes opened, like he was like shocked. I don't know if he's just like a junkie, or there's something about that character that they're not picking up. He could be related to Vander, you know, Warwick, which we see also being created. And I'm curious if he's gonna play a part in the war or something else, because a lot of storylines are being jumbled up, you know. Yeah, I'm curious about that. And the match is over, so I did my job. I think all I want is more Mel scenes, because I feel like she can fight. I want to see her fight. We don't even know her powers yet. Who knows? Maybe in the second part they'll show it more. But that was my review. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new to my channel, make sure you guys subscribe. I do any content that I feel like it. So it's Arcane time, so I might post stuff. There is the score over here. I was 6-4-11. Make sure you guys subscribe, because 80% of you guys aren't subscribed, so make sure you get that number up. What else? Follow me on my social medias. All of these links are in the description below. If you want to support me, you can send a thanks via YouTube, and I'll read the comments out. Someone already gave me a thanks. It was like $3. It was really, I really appreciate that. And they just sent the poop emoji, you know. So you know, that's all I can say. He gave me a poop emoji. But yeah, this is the score. I didn't really get. I got carried by the, you know, Pike. It's rare for me to get carried. So thanks to him, and also Heimerdinger's being ignored. So y'all better play. Yeah, that was my Arcane review. Let me know what you think of Arcane. If you're a League watcher, you get the references. Let me know if I missed something out. Also, Echo looking fine, but that's a kid, so I can't say that. The actor looks fine too. Is he a kid? No, he's not. He's a man. But yeah, leave a comment down below what you think. If you're a non-Arcane watcher, let me know too. I think you're a non-League player. Sorry, if you're a non-League player watching this, here's some Wild Rift gameplay for you. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.